My peoples, what's up? We back. Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's your boy Big H. I got my brother Dre.
Okay. What it is?
What's good, bro?
Just happy to be back.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been working. And, we're just going to keep working to bring y'all dope guests, more fire. That's it.
We appreciate all the text messages, the inboxes, like, yo, what are y'all doing? What's going on? No, we're never breaking up. It's a brotherhood for life. We just been busy.
Well, we ain't the Beatles, fam.
Yeah, we ain't the Five Heartbeats, and I ain't JT Mathias, you heard?
We ain't Guns N' Roses. We ain't the Backstreet Boys. We ain't splitting up.
Nah, we here forever.
That's it.
But just do know, we have full-time careers, and we work a lot.
Families.
We got families. We got
stuff behind the scenes.
It's the behind the scenes that y'all not gonna see. But VH1, we're gonna shout out to him because we need our own. We do need a show. I think that'll be something amazing because I'm amazing. Dre is too. Triple C is too. So we're gonna have some fun. But we love you. We here. We're not going nowhere. We just been hibernating, trying to get everything right, working. But no further ado, we're gonna jump into it. We got a special guest tonight. He's our brother on the job. He's got almost 4.5, 5 years on. With no further ado, amazing man, Philadelphia born and raised, stand up. With no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Detective Mathias is in the building. What's up, baby?
How y'all doing, brothers? I appreciate y'all having me.
I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it. Truly, it's an honor. Like I said earlier, when you reached out to me, it was a big deal for me. I watched the show. I seen the show. I've seen you when I was in the academy.
In the academy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, it's a big deal for me.
You got you out there running and all that?
Yeah. Nah. He was actually, even though he was probably one of the most intimidating ones, always chill. Always cool.
Laid back.
Ain't really, hey, you got it, brother. Go ahead, take it easy. A few more laps, That's how I keep it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the best sometimes, though?
Right.
Like,
you get more bees with honey.
My man. I like that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, some people, depending on, I do know that pressure creates diamonds, but I'm telling you, man, it's already a stressful environment. And
it's when you apply it. You got to give and take a little bit. It's already a stressful environment.
Right. It allows you to calm down, never raise his voice. Hey, you got it. Come on, 2 more laps. You got it. We appreciate that. So, like I said, man, it's an honor to be here.
Nah, it's an honor to have you,
I appreciate
it.
So, bro, tell the world where you from, born and raised.
I was born and raised in Philadelphia, PA. My whole life, my whole family is still in Philadelphia at this moment. South Philadelphia first,
nice.
Then moved to North Philadelphia, moved down on my own around 17, Germantown, West Oak Lane, that area. And, I came here in 2018 to Baltimore, Maryland.
What made you want to do the police thing?
It's funny, right? I always wanted to be successful in my life. It's just something for me that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to find a good career. 4 younger sisters. It's me, my older brother. It was 6 of us. Grew up rough,
Mm-hmm.
My dad was on crack. My mom was alcoholic, very abusive alcoholic too. Neither one got driver license to this day. Nobody went to college, so it was really important for me to be successful. So initially, when I graduated high school, we didn't have no money. I didn't know how to apply for college. I didn't know how to get grants or anything like that. So I was gonna go to the military. I applied to be in the Navy. I wanted to be an MP. I always wanted to be police. It's weird, it's just something that you gravitate to as a kid, right? Every kid want to be police. That's always like the first job. They say, I want to be a cop because you see the cops, right? That's like the real life heroes from that they see on TV. So I wanted to be an MP. I took the ASVAB and all that stuff, and but I scored high. So they tried to give me aviation. I was like 18 at the time. So they said, oh man, you're going to be an air traffic controlman. I was going to go to Pensacola, Florida. I was going to be on the aircraft carriers. So thinking now, I made the biggest mistake because them dudes come out 4 years, go work at the damn airport, making 82 the first day, 82 grand, and this was 10 years ago. So you actually swearing twice. I didn't know this. I swore in the first time, and then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I'm doing this out of desperation. I'm about to sign a contract for the United States military. I said, let me just try my hand at college. Went to Straight, decided not to go, went to Straight University. And it's a funny story. They actually banned me from ever being able to try to join the Navy again.
Really?
Yeah, when I told my recruiter, I never forget, it was Cheltenham Mall in Philadelphia. I told my recruiter, I changed my mind. He knocked everything off his desk.
That's because you had him wet, and then, you know what I mean?
He knocked everything.
Are you serious?
Really? I mean, he
So
knocked
he-
everything off his desk.
He tested out. So like if you get a high enough score, so he went in
He
basically
was
as
a
like a
shoo-in.
genius.
Right.
And
There's
he-
bonuses for the sign people, yeah, for the recruiters and everything.
He was going to
Cause
get
they wouldn't let you, nowadays you can pick, as far as I know, I'm not 100% sure, but they wouldn't let me pick. You could pick your MP. I don't know if you can or not.
If you score that high, they're gonna push you.
He tried to put,
Yeah.
but I know that they can put you where they need you.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to put me in aviation, which I wish I would have done looking now, but I'm grateful the path I took. Went to Strayer, associate's degree in criminal justice. Then I worked at the prisons for 5 years. I worked at Philadelphia Correction prisons for 5 years, CFCF, PIG.
Man, how was that?
How was that?
It was tough. I met some of the best friends of my life. My best friend is still there. Like, that was my family. Them guys, they still my family to this day. We all in football fantasy, right now. So it was dope, man. It was tough at first. You never forget the smell you smell when you first walk into a jail. The smell, it sticks with you, right? And it was tough. I was a skinny dude back then, real skinny, about 140. I mean, you guys should see this picture. I got to show y'all this picture of me. I was about 140 pounds in the jail. They all calling me names. The inmates behind the cell, but they calling me names. They calling me Jay Reed, calling me Plexico Barris, Michael Vick. Oh, that's Chris Rock. Everybody you can think of. Morris Chestnut, The Wood, everything, right?
Them dudes are funny, though.
Yo, they vicious. You got to have tough skin because it's just you and them, 100 guys, 100 killers, 100 gangsters, all in one thing. And you got to tell them when you got to tell them when to go in their cell. You got to tell them when they could do this, when they could do that. You give them their toilet paper. You do everything. It's crazy. I fought a lot. It kind of got all the piss and vinegar out of me as a young guy that's going into law enforcement.
Why'd you fight? Provoked?
Yes.
Tested your manhood?
Yes. Is
Is it a lot of that in the jails?
Absolutely. They teach you in the academy that as long as they behind the door, they can't do nothing to you. So if you're having a problem with somebody earlier that shift, he didn't want to lock in, don't let them out second half. So that's what I was doing, right? Even I could fight. I fought all my life in Philly, especially being teased and stuff. You had to fight. So that's what I was doing. I was doing my job. And then I'll never forget an officer, a good friend of mine, he came down, he was leaving his shift. He said, damn, Matt, they saying you scared up there. I said, what you mean? He said, they said every time you got a problem with somebody, you leave them locked in. Like you don't want to deal. I said, okay. Well, I'm going to show them just how scared I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then a few things occurred, and I ended up fighting on the block. I ended up breaking my hand and things like that. I got a boxer's fracture. First time I ever broke a bone in my life. And after that,
They start respecting you.
they like, oh, no, new boy, yeah, he'll throw down. I was 30 days in. They said,
Damn.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
They said, new boy, he'll throw down. Yeah, he'll throw down. So now they respect you. The female COs was like, oh, Matt, can you be my partner? I want Matt to be my, the other guys was like, yo, bro, good, that's it. You gotta let them know. It's the city within the city. I'm telling you, man, it's really rough.
It is a whole new world in there.
Yeah, it's rough in there. You don't got nothing but your hands. It's me and you with a ready on mace. And when you spray the mace, everybody getting it. So most people go hands on. It's tough. It's definitely tough. And
Is it true that the inmates run the facility?
no, not here. Not definitely. I can't speak for anywhere else, but from what I saw, absolutely not.
Okay.
No. Do they get drugs and stuff like that? Absolutely. Because anytime it's a human element, it's always going to be room for error. Anytime, So, but definitely not. So,
Wow. Shout out to all those CEOs doing the job, man. It's a hard job.
That's a tough gig, Jack.
It's a hard job.
Wow.
It's a different breed, It's because it's you really there with them.
yeah.
So that was 5 years. And what made the transition to Baltimore? Where did that come into play?
So I was in the process to get hired by Philadelphia police. Good friend of mine now, who's actually still on the job, he came in as a correctional officer. He was one of the guys I helped train. A group of his class, they decided to come up to Baltimore. It was right after the riots, right after 2015. And they came up, they all applied, and they was going like this. Baltimore was taking everybody quick. So I was in the middle of the process with Philadelphia police. He's like, yo, bro, my man, he got in. And I still ain't come yet, you know. He's sending me pictures from the academy. Yo, they sent me the quartermaster. I got this. They give you all your gear. They supply you. I said, yo, this John looking kind of official. So I said, you know what? Let me do it. I'm going to apply. I applied. My recruiter was going through. My credit was tore up at the time, you know what I mean? And then my recruiter hit me up, and I'm like, you know, I'll never forget writing my recruiter a long email. Like, look, you know, my life been hard, real hard. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to get my credit better. But I'm telling you, if you give me this opportunity, you know, this can change my life, seriously, you know, really. And I don't know, you know, what she did. She was a sergeant in recruitment at the time, you know, and she got me in. You know, I passed everything that I needed to do the right way, and the rest is history, man. You know, and I'll never forget the call. They said, look, we about to send you to the doctor, the psych doctor. You have to stop your process with Philadelphia police. So I'm like, oh, this is for real. Like, they might got me. So I did everything. And, then, you know, I went to see the medical doctor. I went to see the psych doctor. I took my lie detector test. And I'm thinking, like, please, I'm just begging, like, please let me get this. And when they sent me that letter, man, like, I got goosebumps all over my body. I was like, here we go. You know, packed everything up. I told my family that I was coming down here. It was a big deal for me, you know. It was a big deal for me. And unfortunately, though, you know, my family being from Philadelphia, how they was, I don't have the best relationship with my mom, right? So I was so excited to tell everybody, you know, that I was leaving and going down there and everything like that. And a true story, man. I mean, it's sad to say, especially being a black man, and it's gonna be sad for y'all to hear it, but I never forget. I took all my brothers and my nephews, all my sisters. I wanted to take them to the movies before I left. I was telling my mom and all that stuff like that. And my mom, you know, she got her issues, you know, and alcohol and everything like that. And it just was heartbreaking because she said to me, you know, oh, you going down there? I hope you get shot. To my face.
Wow.
Said that to my face. And so it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, damn, like, you know, took my sisters and all my brothers and them to the movies and everything like that. Then I came down here and my life basically changed, man. I'm telling you, like, the academy, you know, I started off as my class president. Sergeant Glad, I can't, you know, I can't say too many names, but, you know,
Sarge.
good Sarge. She made me the class advisor. She saw that I was mature for my age, right? Because this was my second academy now, right? This is my second law enforcement career. So I had the experience. Like I said earlier, I got all that piss and vinegar out of me. So you had a lot of people coming in young. Oh, this is their first big career job. You know, this is kind of my second go around. They saw that, you know. Another good sergeant, he left and retired. Good dude, man. And he was like, man, you gonna go far in this place, you know. And they took care of me. Man, I mean, I got nothing but love for Baltimore City Police Department. Changed my life. I got nothing but love for this department.
I think anybody that comes, I mean, everybody pretty much that's on this job is from out of town.
Yeah.
And we all say the same thing. That's one thing we all have in common.
Yeah.
He talks about it all the time. I talk about it all the time.
Right.
This place, I don't know, man. It's a little magical, man. Like,
Right.
Oh, man. Wow.
It's an opportunity, man. It's an opportunity waiting to happen.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity waiting to happen.
You know, I'm curious. You've been through a lot of adversity, and that's from home.
Right.
So, damn, you said you got 4 sisters and yourself and your older brother.
Yeah.
So where did, in dealing with, you know, both sides, your mother with her issues, your father with his issues, what inspired you to be like, you know what, I got to be successful. I can't live my life. Because a lot of people fall short and they do the same thing their parents did, habits and everything. So what did it for you? Or what mindset did you have at a young age to know, I'm not going to live my life like this. I want better for myself. I want better for my siblings.
It's crazy that you asked me that because I didn't learn what the difference was till only a couple years ago. So it's 6 of us, right? We all grew up in the same house. We all grew up in the same environment with the same parents, right? So, you know, I love my sisters to death. I know y'all gonna watch this episode, so don't be mad at me. But some of them follow the same footsteps as my mother did. All my sisters right now, single mothers. You know, none of them is with their baby fathers. You know, it's rough, and we know that that's how our mother was, right? So, like, why would you repeat that cycle, right? Why would you, you know, we was all on welfare. You know, we were struggling to eat. Why would you want to put your kids through what you went through? Right. That's one of the reasons why I didn't, you know, have kids early, right? And so I said, what was the difference? What happened with me that didn't happen with them? And I remember when we moved out of South Philadelphia, we moved to a place called Port Richmond. Very, very majority of white people, right? And in school, I went to Richmond Elementary School, right? And so back then, it was $1 for a pretzel. Remember the box of pretzels that they would have in school? It was $1 for a bag of chips, right? And so, I'm sorry, not $1, a quarter. It was a quarter for a pretzel, quarter for chips, right? But whoever had the highest reading level in the class got a free pretzel. So I used to scrounge around the house to try to find pennies that my dad might have left, 10 cents, 5 cents, a nickel, so I could get a pretzel in the morning because it was a predominantly white neighborhood. Everybody had pretzels. I would be the only one sitting there without a pretzel. So I was scrounge for change. So then I said, well, this ain't gonna work because after a while, I done got every penny out of every corner of the house. So I said, damn, so I started reading bigger books, learning. So the highest reading level was purple. So I had the highest reading level, so I would get the pretzel. So then I was reading big books, Harry Potter, all these, I'm talking about books like this big early on, right, in elementary school. So I would keep getting the pretzel to the point where kids started to complain. Oh, he always get the pretzel. He always get the pretzel. So the teacher was like, all right, well, I'm going to give you the free pretzel. We're going to start doing it to the two highest. So it was always changing up different. So I had a classmate, white kid named Mark. He was my first best friend in my life. And his mom, Mark was struggling with grades. So his mom walked down the street, knocked on our door, told my mom, hey, can he come down? We'll watch him. I'll feed him dinner too. So my mom probably thinking like, oh, that's one less mouth I got to feed. Went down there to the house, man. I went in there. They had all these boxes of cereal on the refrigerator. They had all this like food that like I'm like, yo, they living good down here. And I think that's what clicked for me. You don't know what you don't know, right? So when everybody in the hood, we all look the same. Everybody the same. Everybody all the same. So this is the first time I'm coming out of a different environment. I'm coming to another environment, and I'm seeing how things can be. And I think from then on, it was like
it clicked.
That was it for
you
me.
just know you didn't want that shit at home.
No. I said, nope, this is what I want for me. This is not for me.
Right.
But you know what? At what age was you when you experienced that?
Shit. I want to say some between the ages of like 11, 12, 13. Like,
you know how powerful that is?
Yeah. That was enough for me. And I went hard after that. I went hard after that. I knew I wanted to be successful. I got my first job at 14 selling the Philadelphia Inquirer. Door-to-door newspapers. Remember when they used to have newspapers?
Absolutely.
I would try to get people to go to the, how you doing? My name is Mathias. I'm trying to get a bond for college. How you can help me get a bond for college is you could buy this paper. You could get it weekly. You could get just weekends, or you could get just Sunday. Like, just like that. I would get people, and I can't do that. I kind of learned the gift. I kind of got the gift of gab, right? And I could talk. I could convince people to do stuff. And then that skill kind of traveled with me. You know,
how was his family with you, with helping him out with work?
It was really good.
They took care of you.
It was really good. I mean, we was going on trips. His dad would bring me everywhere. That was my best friend, right? And I was helping him with schoolwork. We were studying, but he had another best friend, right? I can't remember the guy's name, but he had another best friend. And remember, it was a predominantly white neighborhood. So we ended up leaving the neighborhood because we got into a big fight. So they used to call us the N-word and all stuff like that. So his friend used to always call me the N-word. I can't remember the kid's name, but he always called me the N-word. Oh, you hanging with the N today? You hanging with that today?
Wow.
You know, and then I think one day I told my mom, and my mom put on her flip-flops, tied her hair up, marched down the street, knocked on the door, boom, 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 boom. You know, and he answers the door, the kid. She said, give me, where are your parents at? He's like, please, no, please, I'm sorry, because he knew. And
he
then,
knew it was time.
Yeah.
He was on.
And my mom was going off. You know, and that kind of caused a riffraff between them two and us. And then me and Mark, we ended up stopped being friends after that.
Wow.
Right. You know.
But his family treated you well.
Yeah. And and then I left Philly, and it's so funny because I went on to do my thing. I went on to high school. You know, I working, and I left Philly. And after 2018, after I was here, and I felt accomplished, and I graduated. I remember driving back because they were still kind of living there. My brother's still living there, and I remember driving down. Seeing him. I seen him outside.
Mark?
Wow.
Yeah. I pulled out, I was like, yo, bro, what's up? I gave him a hug, you know, and he don't know how much his family and they changed my life and how much they affected me. They don't know.
Just getting exposed to that.
Even right. And I could explain it to them and I could tell them and they probably still wouldn't understand. Right? Because it was nothing for them, right? It's everyday
that was their
life.
normal.
Right. And so, you know, and I hope one day I could do something for them, even, you know, anything.
Absolutely.
You know, because that changed my life, changed my perspective on life.
You know what I think would be a good thing?
Yeah.
For you to go there and just sit down and have a conversation with them. Because my best friend Steve, growing up, like it's always me and mom. You know what I'm saying? My father, that's like my best friend, but they're not together.
Sure.
So when I met Steve, that was my running back in high school. We ran track together. It was all, we was always together like this. And still are to this day, but he's still in New York. And shout out to my brother Steve too. He's a AD at Wyandotte School District. Proud of him. But I saw his parents and what marriage was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The right way. How they treated me like I was theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His mother would do my laundry. I would go there every day after school.
Yeah.
And we was like this.
Right.
And it really, that's why, I thank God, because it's so many angels that he placed in front of me and just put me exposed to so many great people and great human beings in this world that, when you see things, you tend to become a sponge.
Yeah.
With everything.
Yep.
How people treat you. And, that experience for me was, it was simply amazing. And I saw them, the Davises, I saw them this past summer. I went back to New York, I went back home, and I just went to the house, and I just hugged them.
Yeah. It's big, man.
I got
big,
emotional.
Man.
Because, it's like genuine love. That somebody would
it means
take
so much.
care of you like you're theirs.
It's like it's almost like closure too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't understand how much impact you placed
did
upon me.
absolutely.
Out of
It's
just
serious.
being like a good person.
Right. Like, I apologize because, when life get going, and, our line of work, we just get so caught up in
And you
life.
forget.
And you forget.
Yeah.
Right.
So I apologize to them, and they didn't want the apology. They just said, yo, we're so proud of you, everything that you've accomplished and what you're continuing to do.
Right.
I sat and spoke there for like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
And I felt at home. It felt, I was at peace and just talking and, just reminiscing and just catching up. So, everybody plays an intricate role in a person's life. And, you just gotta, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like my mother always say, you always gotta plant seeds in life, man, and nurture it, and it'll grow and blossom. Wow. And it's just an amazing thing, bro. When you got good, genuine people in your corner.
For sure. Yep.
But that's dope, bro.
It's refreshing.
Yeah. Yep. And I say it all the time. My friends is my family, right? Your friends, it's something that my wife say, actually. She said, your friends is the family that you choose. Mm-hmm. And that's big. And because I didn't have the closest relationship with my family, I mean, I bonded with every friend I ever had. I got some of my best friends. Their mother called me their stepson, right? Like, I just bond with everybody because I'm always looking for that, like, brotherhood, that sisterhood that I didn't have. So it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal to treat everybody with love and respect.
Absolutely.
It's serious for me. It really is, because to know what it's like not to have it, that you don't want to feel that.
No, you don't want to feel that.
Right.
It's not a good taste.
No. So so it's something that I do to people. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to be too much of an empath, but it's big. It's serious. It's a big deal.
So when you got in the streets, what district was you assigned to?
Northwest District.
Northwest.
Yeah.
And how was that experience being an officer now? You got the experience from being, in the jails and being a CO. What was it now, being now an actual police officer?
Believe it or not, easier. It was easier for the simple fact that we got way more resources, right? I had my own vehicle, right? I'm by myself. It's a little nerve-wracking, but, I had some good FTOs. Mm-hmm. Good people taught me everything, how to maneuver, operate. Everybody with different styles, right? I had guys come up to me the first day and say, hey, look, watch out for this person. This is how you maneuver around this person. Love and respect the people that took the time out their day to do that. They don't know me, right? But you coming over to give me a good word. It was good, though. Northwest, I always say Baltimore is like a small Philly, right? Park Heights. Mm-hmm. I'm used to it, and it was a lot easier. I had all the resources, all the people that I knew. It was real good. I liked the Northwest a lot. It was very diverse, right? We got some residential areas, we got some hoods, and we got some, some political areas, so to speak, right?
For the people that don't know, FTOs is field training officers, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. Had some real good ones. And my first call by myself, without a field training officer was a double homicide. First call by myself. I mean, I was.
Well, ain't that exposure
sweating.
at its best?
Oh,
and
man.
you by yourself.
I was sweat. I never sweat so
like,
much
what
in my
the
life.
Right, like damn, I gotta get this by myself. My first call.
But it's like you're excited because you want to go to it. But
Yeah.
You're like, what the?
All right, now how I'ma handle this?
And the only reason why it was mine is because I pulled up first.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
first on scene.
It's all on you.
And you know what though? The
That's the
supervisor
best
at
job,
the for sure. Supervisor at the top was like, you got it. Do this, tell this, then come do this, get somebody to do that, get somebody to do this. And I was like, all right, boom. And then once I'm in it, I'm in it. Now I'm starting to go. And I'm one of them people like once you show me how to do something
got
one
it.
time, I
That's
got it.
Right.
Now I'm gonna show you how I get down.
Absolutely.
Right? And I was getting busy. I'm like, hey, can you go ahead and do this? Get this for me. Boom, boom, boom. I'm knocking this down. I'm writing this down. It was dope. And there was another good friend of mine. It was one officer. We became good friends after this because even though it was over and he could have left, he waited with me the whole time. He stayed with me the whole time. Said, if you got any questions, just let me know. Technically, he said I can roll out, but I'm gonna rock out and stay with you to the end until you're done to the scene. And I said,
That's
damn.
love.
I said, I appreciate it.
That's love.
It was the shift was over. He could have been went home.
Yeah.
He could have went and clocked out already. And he said, I'm gonna rock with you.
That's the brotherhood.
Yeah. And that to me and for that to be my first experience, after that, it was pretty good. No fuss is good.
So patrol was a good experience for you. You got out there, meet the people,
Yeah.
the communities.
Yeah.
And after that, you did a little bit of drug work.
Yeah. And I think people don't realize how much. Like that's when I knew. Like I was in the drug unit, that district action team. And it's funny, the supervisor who chose me didn't even know me. I was new, but he had left, came back, but we followed each other on Facebook. And very positive person. I'm always talking, motivational stuff on my social media. I like to post myself in my uniform. I take pride in the uniform. It's a big deal for me to be like I romanticize police work.
Absolutely.
I think it's the best. If we all had to work for free, I would still choose to be a cop. So he saw that. I think he must have saw that through my social media, and he reached out to me and said, "Look, man, you're gonna be good. One day when you my boss, remember me." And I was like, absolutely. I was like, I don't know where this coming from. So he came back, called me and said, look, they giving me my own unit. I want you on my team, and I said, absolutely. Put in. He told me he got me. I mean, he's like family to me to this day. I know his wife. He know my family. Like we call that's my brother, it was an experience. The first time going to a drug unit from patrol, you wearing the regular clothes and you really getting into it. Like I felt like Mike Lowry out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How was drug work for you?
It was good. Believe it or not, I'm the type of person I like to fall forward, right? So I'm gonna get out there. If you need somebody you want to volunteer, I'll do it. I'll check it out. I'll do it. Let me do it. Let me try it because if I mess up, show me how to do it right so I can do it right.
Right.
And I was like that. I was out there. I was hustling. I wanted to get busy. I wanted to learn the right way.
Absolutely.
I'm not cutting no corners. I'm not doing anything to put myself or my family or the citizens at jeopardy. And the supervisor I had was like, I won't tell you to do nothing that I won't do. He was always there. He wasn't the office supervisor. He was always there with me, and I learned so much. And then, I ended up becoming real close with who ended up being my partner in the unit. Bro, we was doing the work, bro, getting so many guns out of the area. And that was big for me. Right? It was a big deal for me because
Absolutely.
I want to get these guns off the street that that people are killing each other with, right? And that was big for me. I felt like I was really doing something. I felt like I was doing work. It was a big deal. I really liked the unit.
How long was you in that for?
I say about a year, almost a year and a half. We got accommodations. I think 2021 of January, we got 28 guns off the street. And y'all can look that up. That ain't no BS. 28 guns off the street, and it's not even, we ain't even worked 28 days. It's almost like we got a gun a day in the month of January that they gave it. We got a big citation and everything for that.
That's awesome.
I was really excited about that, and I felt like we did a lot. I then got offered to go to DDU, the District Detective Unit, which is downstairs, more investigative work, right, suits and all that stuff like that. By this time, I was married, right, and I was hyped. So my wife put that badge on, put that gun.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, babe. Get up.
Going to work,
I
baby.
put the tie on.
Right.
She's like, whatever. I say, oh, stop playing with me like that. I was sharp.
Detective now, all right? Take it easy.
I tell everybody.
Right, respect that, right?
I tell everybody, yeah. They're like, what you gonna ask? Because so my wife is a doctor, by the way, right? So she already, and she's so humble. She tell she don't even want to tell people she's a doctor. I said that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
She young too, young black woman.
wow.
I said, man, tell them.
Right.
She been since she was like 23 years old. You know what I mean? She been a doctor for 14 years.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and she's my doctor actually. She's actually my doctor.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
so yeah, so I was hyped, man. When they told me I was going to DDU, I got the peak cool. I was like,
Everything.
John Shaft.
Nice.
I'll tell you. I was,
Hell yeah.
so I was so I had aggravated assault, and just from my experience from the drug unit, allowed me to be able. I knew who people was already. You know what I mean? And I think my first week I cleared the case, and I was like, oh yeah, we keep him on our shift. Right, I was training on this shift. I was supposed to go to the other shift. They was like, "Nah, we need him on this shift." Right, I was getting busy, Great lieutenant over there, a good brother of mine, brother Hiram, and it was fantastic, man. We would smoke cigars after work when we wasn't doing that. Everybody would get out there. We got the pipes. I mean, talking some real Sherlock Holmes stuff. I'm telling you, man, I love it. I love this stuff, yo. I'm sorry, I love it, yo. We was smoking cigars, man. We was good money, yo. But we was getting work done.
Yeah.
I can't enjoy myself if the work not getting done, right?
Absolutely.
You can't justify relaxing if the work not getting done. We was really getting work done. We was putting in some numbers, and I got offered to go to a couple units, CRT, crisis response team. I got offered to go to PIB, Public Integrity Bureau, and I said no. I was having the time of my life, but at the time I was newly married, and my wife works 8 to 5, and then my shift was 6 to 2 in the morning. So we wasn't seeing each other. We was only seeing each other on the weekend, stuff like that. And I'm not saying it caused any riffraff, but I was like, damn, I didn't even get to spend no time with my wife. So another opportunity arose, and I end up going to EODS, which is the Equal Opportunity Diversity section. We deal with EEOC in the department, Monday through Friday, 7 to 3, weekends off. I mean, people was DMing like, oh man, what y'all hit the lottery? Me and my wife was going out every weekend. We was having a good time. I really wanted to. She changed my life too. I
That's
really
dope.
wanted to show how much I appreciated her and everything like that. So I'm big on that. I'm a really, really romantic type of guy. So that was big for me.
Yeah.
That was real big for me. So I mean,
It's always good to have a rock in your corner, bro.
BPD changed my life though, man. She changed my life, but BPD changed my life before she did. Right?
Absolutely.
Before I came here, I was living to survive. Like you know how it is. You living off survival, right? Every paycheck to paycheck. Every dollar got to count.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, because you still want to live too, right? I'm not just gonna be. Sometimes a bill ain't gonna get paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep a little $350 in my pocket to go out and drink with my friends and hang with my friends, and I'll get that bill next time, and then not pay another bill.
Yeah.
But it just what it was.
Gonna catch up when you catch up.
Right.
Get it?
Right. Because I gotta live life.
Absolutely.
I can't.
As long as I owe you, you'll never go broke.
Right. 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 The only bill you gotta pay is your taxes.
That's it. Jack.
Word.
Word.
So, yeah, man, it's a big deal. Funny story about my wife. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to go.
Nah, come on.
Did you meet out here in Baltimore?
Yeah. So my wife is actually from PG County area, right? Wife is 6 years older than me, and I met my wife back in 2020, right? So this is big George Floyd era. Nobody liked police at the time. So I was on. So everything was shut down too. So I got on Hinge. Shout out to the Hinge app, because I found my wife on there. So I got on Hinge, right? And on Hinge, I don't know if y'all know this, but Hinge is for, if y'all got any single friends, it's for professionals. I mean, I was going on dates with lawyers. I was going on dates, people like scientists and all that stuff like that. Like I said, my wife was on there. I saw my wife on there, and I'm like, oh, she look all funny. Like, she was a jokester, right? She had the filters on and stuff. I skipped her profile, right?
Kept it moving.
Right. But she DM'd me and stuff was like that. I was like, oh, hey. I ain't paying no mind, right? So, I was going on dates and stuff like that, but I was lonely, man. I was working drug unit and stuff like that. I was living up in the northern, that nice area.
Very nice area.
Yeah, but I was lonely, man. I was doing so times, and I would come home and I would just be sitting on my couch. Nice house, got everything, got a little bit of money in my account, but it was just like, I was like, dang, this ain't it for me.
Something was missing.
Right. So,
You ain't have a Monday through Sunday.
nah, I was working 6 to 2.
I'm talking about the female.
No. All right. That's I never heard. I have Mother through Sunday.
Okay, no problem.
Right. It was if I was dating, I had to, find somebody I wanted to hang with at the time. So I was lonely. So I got a dog. I rescued a dog. I still got my dog today, Blue. Little Staffy. I got Blue, and then even then it was like, and I never forget. I'm very spiritual, by the way. You know what I mean? All my tattoos is all biblical, and I was so lonely, I got the tattoo, Isaiah 41:10, and it says, at the beginning it says, fear not, for I'm with you, right? And I got that tattoo to remind myself, like, even though I'm here by myself without my family, even though I'm here without nobody, God is always with me. So
Always.
I'm not by myself, right? So I got that tattoo, and it says fear not on my arm, and Isaiah 41:10 underneath, right? So I'm spiritual. And then I never forget, I was in the bathroom, I just got the shower, and I was like, God, listen, if you just send me my one lady, I will do, I'm yours. I'll do whatever, right? A week later, my wife messages me again. And then I'm like, let me just talk to this, let me talk to this girl, whatever like that. So we talking, or whatever like that. And she says a comment. She's like, oh, how tall are you? I'm like, how tall are you? She's like, oh, I'm 5 foot. I said, damn, you short. So I told her, I said, I'm 6'2". She was like, oh, damn, I'm trying to see what that 6'2" air like. So that was it for me.
Hola, chocolate.
Right. She said, she
Who
tried to
you
see.
talking to like that?
That was it for me.
Right.
I said, oh, she trying to get busy.
Say no more.
So that was I'm like, okay, she like that. So we started talking, you know what I mean? We started hanging out and we went on dates. Our first date was 3 hours.
That's dope.
Our first date was 3 hours and we talking, right? And then we talking and she was like, let me ask you a question. What you think about this? Come to find out, right? Now remember, my dad was on drugs. My mom was alcoholic and abusive. Come to find out, her mom was on drugs. And her dad and her have a strained relationship. So we bonded and connected just like that.
Wow.
I found somebody who understands.
Right.
And she found somebody who understands. Our first date was 3 hours. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. We had a good date. We went to dinner. I said, yeah, I'm about to go to the mall, get some cigars from my soror. She said, oh, I'll go with you. I was like, damn, I ain't invite you.
Right.
But hey, come on. And it was amazing, and then we went. It was good, man. And for like 6 months straight, it was blissful, man. This woman really, I'm like, damn, I ain't had nobody care about me like this in a long time. Like that. It was dope. And I'll never forget, I worked long shift. I think I went in early for like a raid or a search warrant, worked my regular shift 6 to 2. Now she lives an hour away. And she works in the morning at 8 o'clock. So I'm like, damn. She was like, hey, how are you? I was like, I'm good. I got all these rest. I ain't get time to eat. I ain't nothing. I'm like, damn, I just want to go home and lay down. So I'm driving 2 o'clock in the morning. I get in the house at 3 o'clock. Fellas, I lie to you now. I walk in the house. She in the kitchen just now putting the pot roast out the crock pot. She set an alarm. She set an alarm at 12 o'clock to get up to finish cooking the food. She was in the kitchen. I swear to God, in the kitchen, putting my plate together.
Damn.
I said, oh, I went right on K's Jewelers right there and started looking for a wedding ring. And somebody who set an alarm, sacrificed their sleep, she had to be to work at 8 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. She, like that type of care, you don't get that from everybody. So I said, this gotta be the one for me. And it's been the best. She changed my life, man. It's been the best person. She support everything I do. I love that woman with all my heart, man. She's the best. She's the best, man.
Shit.
3 in the morning, huh?
That's amazing. He said pot roast too.
Word. Pop roast takes time to cook.
That was marinated.
Word.
Marinated.
Yeah. So,
Telling my wife tonight. Tell you this story real quick. You see all this houses? See all this?
Right.
And we thought out here.
Right. Yo,
Sit you down.
Right.
that's a different story.
And that was big for me, So my life just started slowly coming together, right? I found my wife, right? I got this career that's treating me good and everything like that. And I was just like, it's big. I'm living good. I had no, it was so different for me. I was getting anxiety. I was so used to having to try to survive that I was getting anxiety that I was living like living this well. I'm like, damn, God, like, thank you, And so I was in the mall, my Diamond Mall, one day while I was in the district. I just wanted to get some AirPods. And a woman walked in with her son. I mean, this boy's shoes would look terrible. They was messed up, So I walked over to her. I said, look. She thought it was a problem, right? I'm in full uniform. They're like, oh, what's going on? I said, look, no issue. Do you mind if I buy your son whatever pair of sneakers he want in the store? She's like, you serious? I said, I'm serious. She said, you joking? I said, ma'am, I'm dead serious right now. She said, all right, come on, let's go to Kids Foot Locker. I said he could get whatever shoes he want. Of course, he got the most expensive shoes in the store. Some Nike foams or something like that. They were like $225. Got him for him. Young boy was very, very happy. We took a picture together. And that was it. I didn't want nothing out of it. I just wanted to do something for somebody. I just was feeling good that day. She finds me on Instagram. I never gave this lady my name. I mean, all she saw was Mathias. But I never gave her. She finds me on Instagram, writes me this long message, say, look, I just want to say thank you so much. We was actually going there to buy him some shoes, and I was going to give him like some $40 shoes. And, you know, we don't like the police and something like that. But I'll be honest with you, you know, you kind of changed my mind about police, and I want to say thank you very much.
That's powerful.
Wow.
And I said, damn. So I said, you know, that meant something to me. That was big. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it again next week when I get paid. So I did it again. I mean, I was just randomly driving around Northwest District. Hey, y'all want to meet me up the street at this sneaker store? I buy your kids whatever pair of sneakers they want. And it was just working like that, right? Eventually got to the point where, you know, I asked my major at the time, you know, was it all right if this was a program that I continued to do, right? And she said, sure. I wrote the 95. I got it, you know, signed and everything. I was doing it so much, she reached out to media. The media guys came down. They did a story for me. It's on YouTube. If you type in, you know, Police and Sneaks, it'll pop up on YouTube. They followed me for the day. I bought 3 kids brand new pairs of sneakers on right there next to the police district. We walked to the store. We did everything together. The father spoke. It was really dope experience. And the media guy said, hey, you should turn this into a nonprofit, man. Sign up, do the stuff. And I'm like, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. I didn't think about it. But I looked into it. I did it. Took a couple months. We became a full-blood, you know, I got the name Police and Sneaks because it kind of rhymed a little bit. We call it sneaks in Philly. You know, like, oh, let me see what type of sneaks you got on. You know, we don't really we won't say tennis shoes. We say sneaks, Police and Sneaks. And we are 501c3.
Nice.
Recognized by the IRS. You know, all our donations, everything that you give to us is tax deductible. Big deal, man. Biggest donation we got the first year was like $5,000.
So where will someone go to donate?
So you would go to policeandsneaks.com. It's going to give you a short synopsis of who we are, what we do, why we do it. You can do a recurring donation of $2 a month. That's it, $2 a month, $24 a year, $2 a month. Or you can do a one-time donation of whatever number you want.
And it goes strictly to providing sneakers for kids.
Everything. Nobody gets paid. I got 5 board of directors. I'm the executive director. I got a secretary, and I got a vice president. Nobody gets paid.
Nice.
We all got full-time jobs. My board of directors is doctors, lawyers, police lieutenants, stuff like that. You know, everybody that's did some type of public service, right? So they understand the need.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, me and my best friend, my wife, I started off just doing one sneaker, and my wife saw it, right? And she said, babe, I'm going to give you money every week. I want you to do 2 kids. So we started doing 1 boy, 1 girl, and we've been doing it, been rocking. Ended up partnering with Boys and Girls Club. We ended up giving away Nintendo Switches to the point now where we do about 10 kids a month. We do 1 kid every Friday, and we do 5 kids at different school every month. Big deal, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is so dope, bro. Policeandsneaks.com, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
What's your IG?
Police and Sneaks. Just Police and Sneaks. Go to Instagram, type in Police and Sneaks, it'll pop right up. You'll see everything. You'll see every pair of sneakers we ever gave to a kid on that page.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean, we've had the mayor like posts. We've had the state's attorneys. I've had the Maryland comptroller write me a personal letter.
Wow.
Saying for the stuff that I do in the community. I've had Boston police reach out to me, Baltimore County, Philadelphia police wanting to bring the program to their departments. And at the time, we wasn't ready to scale up like that. But I mean, it's been reaching everybody, and it's a big deal, you know. Shout out to all the other nonprofits that do everything, you know, to support the neighborhoods and everything like that. But this is something that works for both sides, right? We helping the parents who can't, because I was one of them. I never had a new pair of sneakers, right? I was laughed and teased because I had on Payless shoes and things like that. So I know what it's like, right? We helping the kids with their confidence so they won't get bullied. We helping the parents take that money, put it on another bill, right? Let us take care of that. And also, too, it helps police image.
You building that rapport.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want them to know. I want these kids to know damn, the police, man, I was getting bullied at school. The police bought me a pair of sneakers. The police, bought me a brand new pair of LeBron James. We get Nikes, we get Under Armour, we get Adidas, we get everybody, fresh, new sneakers. We let you pick them sometimes, we ask your favorite color, we get your shoe style, your shoe size, and it's just a big deal for me. We take pictures with all the kids. I want them to see us in uniform, how they gonna see us out on the street, right? It's a big deal for me, and I'm gonna continue to do it. I'll do it with my own money for as long as I'm a police officer in Baltimore City. I'm gonna continue to do it no matter what, and I hope when I'm not here, somebody takes up the mantle and continue to run the company, and do the same thing. Right. It's 600,000 police officers in the United States, right? Can you imagine if every police officer gave $1 per paycheck to put towards giving back to sneakers for kids? Mm-hmm. All kids wear sneakers. It's a big sneaker culture. Yep. It's a way we can connect with them, right? And it's a need.
It is.
So it's a big deal for me, man. I wanted to be in every police department if I can. Right, it's big in the police academy. We talked about it earlier. That's how you guys even saw my number or were able to reach out to me. It's in the police academy. All the police officers that go back for in-service training, yeah. They see it. The recruits see it when they go through youth training. Oh man, it's a big deal, man. It's really a big passion of mine, and I see it getting bigger and bigger.
It is.
It's going to be like the next big nonprofit, man. I'm telling you. It's gonna be a big deal, Yeah.
Super dope, bro.
Yeah.
So, bro, what's next for you, man? The next 5-10 years. What do you see yourself? What's in line?
My career right now is dope. I'm in a good spot. I got some good supervisors. I got some good coworkers. I'm loving what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm 7 to 3, weekends off. So at 3, when I get off, I'm able to work on things for my nonprofit. Sometimes I'll go to the Boys and Girls Club, hang out with the kids, answer questions with them, play with them, help them with their homework, bring pizza. If I'm not giving away a pair of shoes at that particular time, go home. Sometimes I got time to go home with my wife, relax. Just like I said, we just adopted my nephew, so it's big for him. I got him into baseball and stuff like that, help him with his homework. It's lovely, man. Next 5 years, I see myself, still where I'm at in my unit, but I see the nonprofit big.
Exploding.
Yeah, I see this like nationwide, I see this as a big, really, really, really big deal. I can't say too much, but I had some really, really high-level calls, some producers from some, I can't name the police show, but everybody all watched the show, police shows before, and all you see in these police shows is people locking somebody else up. Locking somebody up.
Let's do something different now.
And they saying, I think they want to pitch that in between or at the end of every episode, that whatever department that they have that contract with, they present the kid with a pair of sneakers from Police and Sneaks.
That's awesome.
If that happened,
so
it would be amazing, bro.
Absolutely.
So it's
gonna
a big
happen,
deal.
It will happen, definitely.
I hope so.
You put it out there.
Then we're meeting with the producers in 2 weeks.
Good.
Let's hope that this one of them situations where, guy hear us talking and he like, it's already done.
It's done. All you got to do is show up and show off. That's it.
So, like I said, man, next 5 years, I think it's going to be a big thing. I think it's going to be a big deal. I think the police is going to be back to the forefront, and I think we'll be big in the community, helping the kids. I think we'll be helping people and with the stuff that they need. It's a big deal for me, man. Seriously.
That's awesome.
Can't wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Any shout outs before we wrap this thing up, man?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to, that specific lieutenant who mentors me, helps me all the time. He got everything that I want, kids in the NBA, full career here, married, kids, everything like that. That's where I see myself, black excellence, black success.
Ain't his son in the,
I love it.
was in the NBA?
Yeah. Shout out to that sergeant who gave me my first shot, showed me, the other side of police. You know what I mean? I also want to give a big shout out to Damian Cooper, Project Numa, man. That's what made me start my own nonprofit. Project Numa was a big deal for me, man. Volunteer work, helping them kids in school with their homework and working out. Project Numa, that helped me see what Baltimore, inner city Baltimore kids was like. It's a big deal. I think that's something that will help with the police culture shock for some of them predominantly white departments, and I think that will bring down a lot of the stuff that people, that's been happening over the years and stuff like that.
Because they can get more involved with the community.
Absolutely. And they'll see, oh man, these guys are not as dangerous. They're not dangerous.
Right.
Like,
That's a
Absolutely.
misconception.
right, you know? And
You
the
just got to
perception-
get out there and converse more.
Absolutely.
Right.
And like I said, Project Numa is something that does that for you while you in the academy, before you even hit the street. Damn, you hanging with this kid. So now when it'll cause you to think for that second time while you're on that traffic stop or something like that. You might not see this guy as a threat. You might, it's like, the kid at Project Numa, big deal, man. I love Damian Cooper, man. Big, good dude. They actually gave us our first big donation.
Nice.
That $5,000 donation came from them.
Nice.
Big deal. And you know why he gave me that? I actually called him to make his boys a part of our receiving sneakers. And he said, we good. We don't need nothing. But how about let us help you? Let us match your donation. So we went from doing 2 sneakers, me and my wife, to 4 because they was matching the other 2.
That's awesome.
And then around Christmas time, he said, I got something for you. Gave me an envelope. It was a $5,000 check. So definitely shout out to Mr.
See how
Cooper,
God
man.
work?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Shout out to Mr. Cooper, man.
Awesome.
And shout out to y'all, man. I think this is a dope podcast. I think people need, it's no, police ran podcast out right now in the nation. I think it's a big deal, man. And I appreciate y'all having me on the
I
show.
appreciate you, bro.
Genuine
Means
dudes, you know what I mean? Long careers in the police department. I hope I reached the amount of years that y'all got. Seriously, man, like, this is dope. I really appreciate it, man. Got the Maker's Mark over here, feeling good.
It's all about you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
You
This
got to
is
come
dope.
back on, bro.
Absolutely, I would love to.
And we definitely want to be a part of that, police and sneaks.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we're
Thank
going
you.
to definitely talk, and because we got to do our part in doing that as well. We
Absolutely.
look forward to that.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Triple C,
To all the peacemakers.
Dre,
Peace and love.
everybody,
That's it.
we love you. We appreciate you. I want to thank my brother, Detective Mathias, for coming out. Listen, I was his instructor when he came out. One of them. He's such an amazing man. Policing is bigger than just arresting people. We get out there. We deal with the public. We deal with the communities. We come from that. And look what he's doing. Black man got his own nonprofit, Police and Sneaks, taking care of these kids. We love the kids. We love the public. It takes a village, ladies and gentlemen. This job is not easy. On top of everything we go through, this man takes time out to his personal money to go purchase sneakers for kids. Because you know why? He was one of those kids. We always were them kids at some point growing up. Because we never had a silver spoon in our mouth. But listen, this is what we bring to the forefront. We're bigger than policing. We love you. We appreciate you. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy yourselves. And we'll talk to you soon. Be safe.
The views and opinions expressed on the Silverback Chronicles podcasts are those of the hosts, producers, or the guest appearing on the program. They do not reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes but not exclusive to the Department of Defense, Homeland, and the Baltimore City Police Department. The Silverback Chronicles podcast with Dre, Big H, and Triple C. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment.